A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. And today, after a gap of one day, the Asia Cup resumes, and you just have two games left. One is a virtual decider, the other is a dead rubber. The India versus Bangladesh match on September 15th is a dead rubber because India have already qualified. Who will join them? Today, we will come to know whether it will be Sri Lanka or whether it will be Pakistan. Remember, this contest, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, is a virtual shootout. Whoever wins goes through to the final where they'll square off against India. Now, the weather is a major factor yet again in Colombo because what has happened? It is raining at this point in time in Colombo. There is a chance of rain. There is a chance that you will get rain from the morning time till the afternoon period. There will then be a slight lull, but then from 5 p.m. onwards till 7 p.m. you have thunderstorms. Now, what happens if the match is washed out today? You don't have a reserve day for the Pakistan-Sri Lanka game. If the match between Sri Lanka and Pakistan is washed out, Sri Lanka go through to the final because they have a very good net run rate. Because Sri Lanka's net run rate is minus 0.200. Pakistan's net run rate is minus 1.892. If the match is washed out, both teams get 3 points. But if that is the case, it boils down to net run rate. Sri Lanka's better net run rate will ensure that they go through to the final. So that is why it is going to be Pakistan in particular will be praying that the rain does not intervene. And remember, Pakistan have every reason to believe that they can get to the finals because remember, last 8 ODIs, they have actually had the wood over Sri Lanka. They have beaten them consistently. They have ensured that they have not allowed Sri Lanka to get on top. And that is why Sri Lanka actually start as the underdogs at the Ketarama today because Pakistan, they will be determined to ensure that they can continue their dominance over Sri Lanka. 8 matches, they have been dominant. So that is why Sri Lanka are actually starting as the underdogs in this match today. Pakistan are the favorites heading into this game. Now, 5 changes have come. Naseem Shah has been ruled out of the Asia Cup because of an injury that he sustained. 5 changes. Shahnawaz Dahani has been included. Zaman Khan has been included. These wholesale changes, it is the clash between two teams who are very injury prone at this point because 4 changes were there in the Sri Lanka team prior to the Asia Cup because of COVID, because of all the other problems. Pakistan now 5 changes to their playing 11 that they'll take on Sri Lanka today. So, India versus Pakistan final is very much on. If Sri Lanka loses today, for the first time then in the history of Asia Cup, you're going to see India versus Pakistan in the final. It's never happened before. Now, if Sri Lanka manage to win somehow, they will then get to the final. It will be an India versus Sri Lanka final. So for people who are supporting that, oh, please, India versus Pakistan final, for that to happen, Sri Lanka has to lose. But the weather today is very, very dodgy. From 11 p.m. onwards, which is about now, till 3 o'clock, till 3 or 4 o'clock, there is rain. After that, there is a lull. But towards the evening time, 6 to 7, there is a thunderstorm alert. So if the game gets washed out and if it's a no result, then Sri Lanka will go through to the final. Pakistan yet again will be ruining what that loss against India made. 228 runs, which was the highest ever for them in ODI contests against India. So Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, the weather is a massive concern. Again, for people joining us now, if the game is washed out, Sri Lanka are through. Whoever wins, they go into the final. So Pakistan, if they win, it's India versus Pakistan, Chapter 3 of this Asia Cup yet again. Pakistan kind of have a rather 2017 vibe to it, isn't it? The Champions Trophy, because they got hammered by India in the league stages, but then just managed to cross the line against South Africa, and then they had to win against Sri Lanka in a big way, and they just managed to do it. Then they beat England in the semi-final, and then they thrashed India in that oval encounter. So it is going to be a very, very important clash for Pakistan, and they should be hoping that the rain stays away. Now there is some big World Cup news coming out of the Afghanistan camp because after 2 years, Naveen ul Haq returns. Naveen ul Haq has been included in the ODI World Cup squad after 2 years of not playing ODIs. So he is in the World Cup squad and Gulbadin Naib has been eliminated. So if you want a Virat Kohli versus Naveen ul Haq contest, it could very well happen on October 11th against it's the India-Afghanistan encounter at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. So Naveen ul Haq is finally back in the Afghanistan team after a gap of 2 years in ODIs. So he has been included in this. Now, Ben Stokes, what a knock. 182. He now has the highest individual score in ODIs for England. What a knock. 182, 15 fours, 9 sixes. Truly a momentous occasion. And once again, Ben Stokes shows why he is the ultimate match winner. After the match, he said, ODIs in particular are not demanding. That is the situation. Ben Stokes has admitted tests are slightly longer, ODIs aren't demanding. So, that is the major statement that Ben Stokes has said after his record-breaking knock yesterday against New Zealand. Now, he stated that whenever I had to come in, I wanted to ensure that the bowlers would not be settled. And that is why he just decimated the New Zealand bowlers. What is it with New Zealand and Ben Stokes? Agreed, they are from the same nation, but Stokes is playing for England. So that is the current situation that is there when it comes to it. England have taken a 2-1 lead in the series. The final ODI is at Lord's. And after that, New Zealand will come to Bangladesh for 3 ODIs. So that is the current situation at this point. So we just have 2 more ODIs for the Australia-South Africa match, and then we have England versus New Zealand, 1 more ODI. So brutal knock from Ben Stokes at this point. So let's take some couple of comments, and then before I take some comments, there is a lot of happening in the world of football. The South American World Cup qualifiers, the Euro qualifiers are going on. Italy are back on track. Argentina did not play with Lionel Messi, but still Argentina managed to beat Bolivia. So lots of other footballing contests are happening around the world. Premier League action and club action returns from this weekend onwards. So let's take a couple of Dex saying Warner, QTK, Stokes, Markram, Virat are all going to the World Cup with brutal form. Agreed. Oof, they are in sublime form in particular. And Virat, boy, he knows when to peak at the right time. So that is the thing. Then Sri Lanka will destroy Pakistan comfortably at the Ketarama. Dex, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, agreed. Sri Lanka did put up a better show than Pakistan against India at the Ketarama. But Pakistan have had the wood over Sri Lanka for the past 8-9 matches. It's not going to be easy at all. So Pakistan actually start as one of the favorites against Sri Lanka at the Ketarama today. Remember, Sri Lanka may have put on a good show, but still, I think they are going to be in this situation. Yes, KD Rajput, India never played Pakistan in the final of the Asia Cup because, yes, it's never happened. And Kishore, the match that you're referring to, 2014, India did not play Pakistan in the final. That was a league game, 2014, where Ravichandran Ashwin was hit for 2 sixes by Shahid Afridi. That was a league game. The 2014 final involved Pakistan and Sri Lanka. It did not involve India at all. India and Pakistan, the closest they have come to playing in the final was 2018. But unfortunately, in that, Bangladesh managed to beat Pakistan. And that's how they managed to go through. Because any other comments? If the match washed out, then what will happen? Chahan Roy already stated. If the match is washed out, Sri Lanka will win. Umar Rao, thank you so much. Love from Pakistan, love from India also. We hope that it's an India-Pakistan fan and it is a very fair game and that we get the best result. We want Pakistan to be competitive also so that you have a contest. Otherwise, Pakistan-India contests have been very one-sided and extreme. India have won most of them. Pakistan's wins have also been extreme. 180 runs, and then the last thriller was that 2014 encounter in Mirpur, where Afridi hit 2 sixes in the final over. So that is the thing, and that's about it, folks. Your thoughts on Markram 100? Well, that Markram 100 was simply sensational, and it ensured South Africa stay alive in the 5-match series against Australia. So Markram is one of the players to look forward to in this World Cup. So that is the current situation we have. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. We will be building up to the Pakistan-Sri Lanka match at 2 from Sports Today onwards. It's a virtual semi-final. Whoever wins goes through. If it's washed out, Sri Lanka go through, that is the situation. India versus Pakistan, all depends on this match today on September 14th. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye bye.